So I want to talk about an anime that has one of the most wildest plots I've seen in anime in a long time. It's anime from 2015. It's an original anime made by MAPPA, and the anime I'm talking about is Punchline. Now, Punchline has one of these plots that you would expect to be in a video game. Fun fact, this anime actually did get a video game a year later, but the plot is crazy. If you've never seen Punchline, get ready for this ride because we got to talk about this journey because so much stuff happens in this. So let's talk about Punchline because there's so many different things that happens in here. Basically from time travel to dealing with ghosts, to somebody becoming a ghost, to like superheroes, to superpowers, to switching bodies, kids being experimented on, meteors dropping on the earth, and then getting powers from basically seeing panty shots or any type of female or getting excited. There's so much more because so much happens, because just know from episode 1 all the way to the end, to the final episode, there's so much stuff thrown into this plot. But let's talk about this anime. So off the jump, the anime opens up with basically a bus hijacking happening. And then eventually we're gonna see the main character. The main character, for some reason, hair changes this different color and they punch this guy out of the window. Once they fall all the way to the ground, you basically realize that they see something they see something on a lady, and you know, they get excited, and then next thing you know, he's out of his body and he wakes up and he realizes he's a ghost. And also, did I mention this? There's a cat in here, and we'll just say the cat likes watching stuff on his computer that other cats are doing. We'll just say some cat corn. We'll just say the cat likes watching corn and other stuff on his computer. That's another wild thing, is this ghost cat that's also there. And yeah, just know the main character, he's going to be a ghost majority of the anime. And we're not going to get no comments from any of the girls just wondering where like the main character's at, because all we notice is that the main character's like real body is in this room while he's a ghost, and he can do other things, and he also go inside people's bodies, because there is like actually a grown woman in this anime, and I will say he goes inside her body. Like, not, I said that sounds crazy, but like, you know, he like possesses her body, I should say. But yes, he possesses her body. And there's other shenanigans with like a random superhero, and also you have this other doctor that's trying to harness the powers because of the 3 kids that got an experiment on. And also, did I mention time travel? Yeah, time travel becomes a thing, and it becomes a very important part. At first you have the main character realize he can go back in time like a little bit, but then eventually it's going to lead into like him going really back in time. Just know everything in this anime kind of is a loop when you get all the way to the ending, because it's so goddamn wacky, and I mean very wacky. Because like, you have this girl with the pink hair, and she's basically a superhero that is the one that's been saving people, but at the same time you realize the power that she's using is also risking her life, because each time she uses this power it can mess her up. You have this like, dog, there's so many random plots that are thrown in this anime. So you have this one girl with glasses, I forgot about this. She stays at home because like she doesn't want to go to school because some of the things that would happen to her. And you have this teacher, and you know, there's rumors, because whenever there's a teacher, you know, there's some rumors, because like the teacher took her home and all this other stuff, and we find out that the teacher's working with this one other ghost, and he's letting him possess his body, that way he can get this girl and then pack her up. There's like so much plot. And also, did I mention this? When the main character gets super excited, a meteor will fall on Earth and like blow up Earth, and it's supposed to be like the size of the dinosaurs. There's also that. And then also the whole plot of this whole anime is the main character basically trying to stop this meteor from dropping on Earth. And just know that's not everything, because no, they're gonna throw so much information on you. Like, you think that's it? No, there's not. So the main character, he's actually a guy that's inside of a girl's body, because the 3, you know how I told you there's 3 kids that are experimented on? When they broke out of the facility, just know lightning struck their car and all 3 of these characters switched bodies. So basically the main character, he used to be the guy, and he's also in this girl's body, but the girl's whose body he's in goes into the other girl's body with the pink hair, and the pink hair girl, her actual soul goes into the guy's body. Yes, I know that's very confusing. When you watch the anime, you have to figure that out. But yeah, they throw that on you, and then on top of, this is where the whole plot of the time travel comes into play. Just trust me, this anime was so damn exhausting because of how much shit they throw at your face, because there's so much happening. So the main character, when he's a ghost, the main thing he's trying to do is stop this meteor from coming. Like, he's trying to stop it from coming down, crashing on Earth. But we basically find out that this has been happening a lot of times, and the cat is somebody that's been controlling basically the main guy, like his whole future, and like going back in time and this other stuff. Because the main character, he basically has to go back in time again, because the spot that he's at, he thought he was actually about to save the Earth, but no, the meteor was still crashing. So he gets all the way sent all the way back in time to when his soul actually got put out of his body at the beginning of the anime, and we realize that now he's the one that's inside of his regular body, but in like the distant past or a different timeline or whatever. Yeah, I know there's a whole bunch of like different timelines and other shit too, because Now the main guy, we find out that he's in this timeline. We basically see from this point of view like what he was doing this whole time, because from the first, I think it's like first 4 or 6 episodes, we basically saw what he's doing as a ghost, and we did not see what he was like his regular body was doing. But now we see what his regular self is doing. We see some of the things he got involved in when it comes to like all the other people and all this other stuff. Yeah, it's a lot. Like, it was one of the ones where so much was thrown at you. On top of the final battle actually is really dope. I will say that the final battle is really good, and like Mappa's shining at this point, because this is before Attack on Titan and the JJK, before all they got all that mess. This is 2015 Mappa, so this is when Mappa was making a whole lot of like sleeper hits and underrated anime and some popular anime, but they were not on the their big journey of like, oh, that's anime, every big name shonen, battle shonen, all that. Like, that was before they were on that mess. This is when they are actually just animated, underrated and stuff, and they were slowly but surely becoming known as like a super like dope studio before they got the hype train stuff. But I digress. But yes, the final battle is really dope, but there's just so much information, because dog, the crazy thing is there's also a doctor that basically knew everything that was going to happen in this world, and the main reason why he knows everything that was going to happen is because we find out the main character goes back in time and types his other shit up. There's so much shit here. Like, trust me, I'm not even explaining this right, because there was just so much shit happening in this anime that is so goddamn ridiculous. And that's not even everything. There's also a girl in here, and she's a robot. There's that too. There's a girl in here that's a robot, on top of another girl that she's like a psychic kind of in a way, but she doesn't really have psychic powers. Like, she has that thing where she's like, oh, I can read your future, crystal ball type of shit. One way they can activate certain powers is like using cinnamon. That's another thing too. Yeah, this anime was ridiculous, but it's a fun watch. It has a lot of colorful stuff in there. The animation is nice. All the stuff, it looks good. It's just the plot of it is wild, on top of, panty shot, stuff like that's going to happen. Fan service, there's little things like that too. On top of, if the main character gets too excited, he will also cause this meteor to drop on Earth. On top of the 3 people that got experiment, the one girl that went into the guy's body, she's the one that's trying to like make this meteor drop on Earth. It's mainly because she got the short end of the straw getting into the guy's body, and she actually got recaptured by that organization that was experiment on them, and now she basically just wants to destroy the Earth and all this other stuff. And on top of the main character basically having to sacrifice his soul and his body, and he gives it up because the pink head girl used too much of her energy and she's gonna pass away. So he's like, yo, you can go back to your original body. And then now he's just a ghost, and he has to go back in time and start this whole loop all over again. It's like any type of time travel type of series where usually something happens and a character does have to go kind of in a loop to start this shit all over again, especially when it has like multiple different things. This was something. It's a 12 or 13 episode anime. If y'all seen this, let me know how y'all feel about Punchline. But I just felt like Punchline throws so much shit at you, because like as soon as you're thinking like, oh, I know where this is going, it's like, nope, it powers on so much other shit on top of you. It's like, yes, this is the plot. Like, you can tell this is an anime original with how much shit they threw at you and how much stuff is packed into the story. But I do think it's a decent anime, but at the same time, I will say it has a lot of moments that make you go like, what is happening? Like, WTF? Like, you literally say that, like, what is happening? Like, what the fuck is happening? That's how you feel at certain times, because there's so much stuff happening though. But I do think it's a good anime, but they just pile on with the plot. Like, they add more and more to the plot. And also the final battle is really dope, because they have like this one type of giant robot with the girl fights in, and she's whooping their asses, on top of the main guy using his superpowers and wearing this special suit and all that. And also we do get a little backstory on when he got put into the girl's body. We basically find out the main character gets adopted, and now the main character has a big sister, and the big sister's the one that sent him this interesting like superhero suit, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, if y'all seen Punchline, let me know how I feel about it. If you haven't seen it, why not check it out? I'm pretty sure you can watch it on High Dive. It might be on Prime Video. I'm pretty sure it's on both of those. It also might be on Crunchyroll. I can't remember. It might be. I know for a fact it's on High Dive and Prime Video. Crunchyroll, it might have it, but I'm not sure exactly though. But yeah, enjoy the video. Why not like? If you didn't, you could just like, subscribe, enjoy all that. But yeah, Punchline, very wild anime with so much plot to it. And it's still ridiculous because, it being an anime, of course, anime has to throw in some type of fan service or some ridiculous way that they can get powers. Because the crazy thing is, all the other people that have the same power as the main character, their power is not used through like excitement, because the main character, he has to get excited and he has to see some type of like fan service thing on like a girl, and it's just like, why do all the other characters not have to do that, but you have to do this with the main character? And then you find out the main character is actually a girl too, and you're just like, fascinating. You're like, how exactly does that work when it comes to like the main character's soul and all that? That's what I mean, exactly. Like, how does it work for like the main character's soul and all this other things? Because when I found out that they had that switch bodies, I was just like, how does this work? I was like, what? I was like, the main character's a girl. I was like, what? And then you see, and then you find out you get that backstory. But yeah, there was so much here, and it's ridiculous. But I'll never get over the fact that all the other characters that have this same superpower, they do not have to get excited like the way the main character does. They did this on purpose because, you know, Japan has a weird thing because they always want to see, you know, underwear and other types of things because they know, you know, they love their fan service when it's like you did not have to include that. Like, you could have kept your fan service, but you did not have to make it that the main character gets excited this way. But I guess that would take away the plot of if the main character gets too excited, he can make the meteor fall down and destroy Earth. Yes, this anime is so goddamn ridiculous though, but it was a fun ride, but it's so goddamn ridiculous though. But yeah, I gotta stop talking about this ridiculous ass anime because it was something though. But thanks for watching. I've seen this video though. Bye.